Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Diego and today we're practicing for set champs. My opponent is running RubyAmethyst and I'm playing, you already know, RoyalSteel baby. And as always, I greatly appreciate you watching my videos. Also, based on the new info we got from the upcoming set, it looks like dual colors might be a thing. If so, comment down below on what character you'd like to see in dual color and what ink colors they would be. So I draw into a Fire of the Canyons, a Madam Mim Snake, and then along came Zeus, Lawrence, a Magic Broom, a Pete, and a Rabbit. I know I definitely want to keep the Magic Broom, Snake, Lawrence, and a Rabbit from my ramp, so I decide to alt the Fire of the Canyons, the Zeus, and the Pete. And let's see what we get. We get Fire of the Canyons, Mr. Smee, and Pete. Pretty much the only card that changed was Zeus for Smee, and that's about it. But at least we drew into a 2-drop that will allow us to use Magic Broom's ability, because if Snake was our 2-drop, we would have had to bounce the Magic Broom back to our hand instead of using his ability. So overall, I'm happy with this hand. So my opponent inked a Brawl and played a Diablo for turn, and I inked a Madam Mim Snake and played a Magic Broom. Now my opponent inks another Brawl and plays a Followers and a Diablo. I ready, I draw. Quest with the Magic Broom for 1. I ink a Pete. Exert 2 for a Calhoun. I guess we just topped out that. And pass. My opponent readies up. He draws. He's gonna quest with the Chernobog Followers, activate ability and draw. Quest with the 2 Diablos, putting them at risk for Calhoun. He inks a LeFou and plays a Sisu and passes. I ready up, draw. I ink a Snake. And then with Kowloon, I banish one of his Diablos, I gain 2 lore, and he draws a card. I exert 2 for Mr. Smee, and 1 for a Diablo. Pass. My opponent readies, they draw. They quest with the Sisu for 2. They quest with the Diablo for 1. Exert 3 for a Fox, bouncing the Diablo, and trading the Fox for Kowloon. They ink a Diablo and pass. I quest for 3 with Smee and Diablo. Here I ink a Goat for turn. Exert 3 for a Lawrence. I love Lawrence. He applies so much pressure to the opponent. Either you pretty much trade one of your characters to take him out, or you let him keep questing for 2. My opponent sings Friends on the Other Side with Sisu, draws 2. Plays a Rabbit to draw a card. Inks a LeFou. LeFou is actually pretty good, especially against aggro decks, allowing your characters to potentially attack twice. Pretty good. My opponent passes. I quest with Smee for 2, Diablo for 1. play rabbit to draw. I use Lawrence to sing friends on the other side. Draw 2 cards. Hank a white rose, exert it for a Diablo, and pass my turn. Smee receives the damage. My opponent runs his rabbit into my Lawrence, banishing the rabbit, drawing a card. Now Lawrence is at 0 strength, but he's still questing for 2, so that's all that we care about right now. And even if I were to get Be Prepared on turn 7 with this board, I would not mind at all, because I would draw 3 cards thanks to Rabbit and the Diablos. My opponent shifts into Big Sisu, banishing nearly my whole board, but at least I get to draw 3. And then they take out Smee with Sisu. And pass. Already up, draw. Use 1 immediately for Fire the Cannons on the Sisu, taking it out. Then 1 for Diablo. And 2 for a snake, bouncing the Diablo, and 1 once again for the Diablo. Pass. My opponent plays a goat, gains a lure, and plays a magic broom for 1. And passes. Already I draw. Quest with the Diablo, quest with the snake for 2. Play our friends on the other side. Hard casting friends on the other side. Hate to see it, but sometimes we have to do it. So I draw 2, I exert 2 for a Calhoun, and pass. My opponent draws. He crashes his magic broom into my Diablo. Taking out Diablo, I draw. Plays a snake, bouncing the magic broom. Inks the magic broom. Takes out snake with his goat. He gains a lure. And then for 3 he plays a friends on the other side, drawing 2 cards. And then he passes turn. I draw. Clone quest for 1. I don't mind questing for 1 because I know that at least if he decides to run his snake into my Calhoun, they'll trade. Then I play 2 Chernobog's followers. Because at this point I'm racing, right? So I want to get as far ahead as possible, and I don't want to leave anything ready and not quest with it, because if the Be Prepared comes down, then I lose that value. I'll play a beat for no actions and pass. My opponent inks a goat and plays a Madame Medusa, banishes Calhoun, pretty good. And then quests for 1 with the snake. Plays a snake, bounces the Medusa so he can reuse it, take something else out. Passes. Already up, I draw. I sing friends with Pete, drawing 2. Quest with Chernobog followers, banish, draw. Quest again, trigger ability, draw. We're 6 away from 20, so all we want to do right now is just race. Race. Quest it up as much and as fast to get to that 20. So at this point, his board doesn't really matter. We just want to play our big questers and then just keep drawing as well. So Pete and 3 more for a Lawrence. So if we get to quest with everybody next turn, we'll be at 18, but I doubt the Exerted Pete will stick around. So Meta Medusa. I think the right choice would be to take out the Ready Pete and not the Exerted one. Yep, and that's the one he goes to, because he can always take out the Pete that's exerted with one of the snakes. And yep, that's what he does. He quests with the other snake for 1. And it passes. I draw, I quest for 2 with Lawrence, putting me at 16 lore to his 11. I Zeus the Meta Medusa so he doesn't bounce it and reuses it. And I still haven't inked. I ink a crab and pass. My opponent readies up, he draws. He quests for 1. And he drops the Be Prepared, banishing the board. Passes, I ready up, draw. For 4 I play the rabbit, I draw again. For 2 I play Calhoun and pass. My opponent readies, he draws. My opponent plays the Lady Tremaine. I remove the rabbit. I get that draw. I didn't remove Kowloon because I know that it's more of a threat to him than rabbit is. And rabbit can be taken out by other cards like Brawl, the Sisu, so I wanted to take out something that he has less removal to do so. And so he passes. Along came Zeus, the Lady Tremaine, taking it out. I quest for 1 with Kowloon, and then for 2 I play Esme and pass. My opponent readies, he draws. He quests with the Chernobog's followers, triggering its ability to draw. Then plays that Be Prepared, taking out my board. And then plays a Magic Broom and passes. I ready up, I draw. For 1, I take out the Magic Broom, preventing that draw. I'm at 17 lore, so close. But he can easily catch up as well, so we gotta watch out. For 4 I play the goat, it's goat time, and I pass. A goat and a rabbit, drawing a card and gaining a lore. And passes. I quest for 1 with the goat, putting me at 19. And 4. Along came Zeus on the goat, getting me to 20. Nice. And that's game 1. RubyAmethyst versus RoyalSteel. Alright, game 2. We start off by drawing a Friends on the Other Side, Diablo, Merlin Rabbit, a Madam M Snake, a Calhoun, a Lawrence, and a Captain Hook. Pretty good. And I think the only things we want to return here are, the Captain Hook and the Snake, because the Captain Hook is really good if we're facing in like an aggro matchup, which we're not. And if we would have had Smee on our opening hand, I might have considered it, you know, just because I know our opponent won't be playing any removal or big characters for at least like maybe 3 turns. And since Smee survives much longer when Captain Hook is on the board, we just get that much more lore as well. And what do you know, we drew into the Smee and the Fire of the Canyons. Here unfortunately my opponent doesn't find a 1-drop, so they just ink and pass. I ink a Friends on the other side, play a Diablo and pass. My opponent draws, inks a Friends, we're all inking Friends, and plays a Chillhop box Followers and passes. I quest with the Diablo, I ink a Smee, and play a Calhoun, and end my turn. My opponent draws for turn. Quest with the Chillhop Followers, triggering its ability to draw a card. Inks a Brawl, plays a Sisu, and passes. I ready up, I draw. I ink a Snake, quest for 1 with the Diablo. Play a Lawrence. And deciding to quest for 1 with the Calhoun and pass. My opponent crashes his Sisu into my Calhoun, taking my Calhoun out, and then plays the Fox, bouncing back his Sisu, and then taking out Diablo with the Fox. He plays a Diablo and passes turn. I ready, draw, I quest for 2 with Lawrence. My thought process is that if you're ahead, then just keep questing, you know, let your opponent deal with your board, because they're trying to make sure that you don't get too far ahead, not the other way around. So I played the Calhoun, and then I fire the Canyons, the Diablo. They draw a card, and I pass. They're gonna sing Friends on the other side with Madam M Fox, draw 2 cards, then ink a Chillhop box Followers, play a Fu, which readies their Fox. Right now I think my opponent is thinking whether to take out the Lawrence or not. Oh, they're gonna sing again. Wow, that was pretty good. Singing Friends on the other side twice with a Fox. And they're gonna play the Sisu and pass. I ready up. Draw. Someone's gonna take out Fox. I gain 2 lore. Lawrence is gonna quest for 2. I'll play another Calhoun, and then fire the Canyons of the Fu. My opponent inks a Chillhop box Followers. Plays Madame Medusa, takes out Calhoun, and then Sisu trades with Lawrence. I draw, I ink a Snake, I play Rabbit, I draw, and pass my turn. My opponent draws, inks a Crab, plays a Rabbit, draws, all the rabbits. And they're gonna just quest for 1 with Madame Medusa. Plays a Sisu. I have 3 cards in hand, so Sisu's at +3 strength. I ready up, draw. I see along came Zeus, taking out Madame Medusa. I don't want him to bounce it back to hand and then reuse it. That would be pretty bad for us. Then I play Lawrence, Inca Snake, and pass. My opponent readies up, they draw. Now here we're at a pretty even board state. They have a rabbit, I have a rabbit, and then we both have 2 4 strength and 4 willpower characters on board. They're gonna quest with the Sisu for 2, bounce the Sisu with a fox. Fox is gonna take out rabbit, I draw. Rabbit quest for 1. And for 2, snake, bouncing rabbit, they draw again. Think a Diablo for turn and play a Sisu. They pass, I ready up, I draw. Lawrence is gonna quest for 2, putting me at 11 to their 5. Rabbit, I draw. Hank a Mr. Smee, I play a Calhoun and pass. My opponent readies up. They draw. I have 1 card in hand, so Big Sisu's at +1 strength. Fox trades with Lawrence. My opponent plays a rabbit, drawing. They quest for 2 with Sisu, quest for another 1 with Snake. They play another rabbit, draw another card. Think a Sisu, play a Diablo, and pass. Now even though they're behind in lore, they're at the advantage right now because they're not that behind, only by 3, and their board is much bigger than ours. So we're gonna try to break it down. So I play a Chernobog's followers, Kaloon takes out a snake, I gain 2 lore, quest with a rabbit for 1 and pass. My opponent plays a crab, gives Diablo +3 challenger, and takes out my rabbit. Then we both draw cards. They play a Madame Medusa, taking out rabbit, I draw. Rabbit sings friends on the other side, they draw 2 cards. They quest with the rabbit and Sisu for a total of 3 and pass. I quest with the Chernobog's followers, yep. Trigger effect, draw a card. Right now my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lore on board. So they would be at 17 next turn. So I need to figure out a way to end this game soon. I play a goat, +1 lore. I'm at 16 to their 11. I play a magic broom and pass. My opponent readies up. They draw. Here I'm hoping they don't have a goat or a white rose in hand. That would be pretty bad for us. They're gonna play 2 the white rose, gaining 2 lore, putting them at 13 lore to our 16. And then they play 1 Diablo. And they're gonna quest with everybody for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lore, putting them at 19. This has to be the game-ending turn if I want to win. I quest for 2 with Go and the Magic Library. I ink a crab. I'll play a Zeus on my Go, gaining 1, I'm at 19, and play the White Rose for 20. GG's. RoyalSteel takes the match. That was close. That was very close. But most importantly, we both had a great time. Thanks for watching and happy questing.